countered, it's almost guaranteed to do 4 damage to them. Which is not terrible.
Almost, yeah, not at all. You're usually probably going to be able to pick better 6 drops than that. And I should have probably hated the gore.
Well, either way, it's fine. I don't think the gore is going to do that much. Alright, so here we're going to take and turn the tide in the 13th pick. And it seems you agree. Alright, so 14th, I would have just taken the red card. Even though, I don't know, it's between that and the basic land. I do like basic land, but either one of these cards, none of them really matter, so just take the only card that's actually semi-playable, and then, look, you get a swamp anyway. Alright, so that's pack 1. So what are we thinking? Like, I don't know, I guess what I'm thinking after this pack is that we need more artifacts.
Yeah, we're in agreement on that. Because I want to go black-blue, but a heavy artifact.
So I guess, I don't know, I'm just trying to think, like, what would I want to open in the 2nd and 3rd packs? I guess I would like Contagion Clasp, Tumble Magnets, even, like, Negligence Sensor, just something that, like, I can throw down, use the effect, and then animate with the Tezzeret. And probably some, like, go for the throat would be awesome. We need some removal. Like, Spread the Sickness would also be pretty good.
Yeah, since we're doing triple Mirrodin Beseiged, Negligence Sensor, Tumble Magnets, or...
Yeah, none of those are going to happen. That's a good point. I forgot we were doing triple Besieged. I just keep thinking of them as one whole block. Alright, so, next pack. Wow. Pasta, come on.
What can I say?
This pack actually is just disgusting. Like, look at this. Burn the Impure, Black Sun Zenith, Vidalcan Anatomist. I mean, there are just so many awesome cards in this pack. So yeah, I think the clear pick here is Black Sun Zenith, even though Vidalcan Anatomist is just a sick card.
Yeah, I can't argue that. It's between those two.
But I just can't see passing Black Sun Zenith just because of the money value, plus the fact that it's a board wipe.
And it fits in the deck.
And it fits in the deck, yeah.
Yeah. It's Black Sun Zenith all the way. Sorry to spoil it.
Yeah, so if that wasn't there, definitely I would have slammed the Vidalcan Anatomist. And I think after that card, I would have taken the Dross Ripper.
Yeah, Dross Ripper's good stuff too.
And that's actually a very powerful card. 4 mana for a 3/3 is not terrible. In fact, you can pump it up is just sweeter. So that's the Black Sun Zenith. That's the pick. Alright, so here, not as hard as the last pick, actually, I don't think. Alright, so only cards I'm seeing here that you might want to include in the deck would be like the Neurot Commando, Gust Skimmer, maybe another Morbid Plunder, Pierce Strider, and Mere Sire. So it's kind of too bad that I can't like look at all the converted mana costs here, but the card that I'm leaning toward right now is Pierce Strider, just because of the fact that it's an artifact 3/3 and they just lose 3 life without even it having to do anything really. So it's like 4 for direct damage of 3, plus a creature that comes with it. So actually that seems pretty sweet to me. So that would probably be my pick actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But I don't think any of the other cards are really that much harder to get. We saw Morbid Plunder go pretty late the last pack. Mere Sire went late. Gust Skimmer went late. Neurot Commander is the only other card that might just get snapped up quickly. But a Shroud 2/1, not that bad, but it's also pretty heavy blue. So yeah, I think
I initially looked at the same 4 you were looking at, and the Commando just completely got written out of the contention, just because it's a 2/1. It's not unblockable Shroud, and it's not artifact. If it's an artifact with Shroud, that might be different.
Exactly. So, well, for me, the pick is Pierce Strider. So let's see what you did. All right, so you agreed. So what are your thoughts on Pierce Strider? Did I cover them?
Yeah, 4 mana and colorless isn't too hard to do, and hitting the opponent in the face with a lightning bolt and putting a 3/3 body is good stuff.
Alright. Alright, so next pack. Alright, so this Fangren Marauder, somebody's gonna have a really, really awesome green deck. Okay, so I'm looking at Shimmer Mirror, Dross Ripper, and possibly Virulent Wound. Let's see. I don't really like Fuel for the Cause that much. Even though it's not really that bad. 4 mana for a counterspell is a bit steep. I think Dross Ripper is probably better than Shimmer Mirror, but Shimmer Mirror is a rare and has flash, not a bad combat trick, plus if you have other artifacts in your hand. I guess this one's a bit torn.
That's what I came down to finally, for the same reasons you did, Shimmer Mirror and Dross Ripper.
So we don't yet have a Dross Ripper, so I wouldn't really want to have that many maybe more than 2 of those. I just think probably I would just take Shimmer Mirror here because you're a lot less likely to see another Shimmer Mirror, whereas Dross Ripper is a common, so there's a possibility of it coming back. So I think here I just take the Shimmer Mirror just because it's kind of a novelty type card. And it seems that we agree.
Yep, and I think it actually fits into the deck too. All of it, if we're going to go heavy artifact, being able to throw down more artifacts at the end of the return can be good times.
Exactly. And also the fact that it's a 3-drop, so it's lower on the curve than Tezzeret. It's not taking his spot. Alright, so next pack. Not bad. So there's actually a few cards here. Another Pierce Strider, there's a Neurot Commando, there's an Ichor Wellspring, and another Serum Raker. The pick for me is between Pierce Strider and Ichor Wellspring. I don't really want another... I don't think the deck needs another flyer, or like he said, a 2/1 with Shroud that really probably not going to get in that often.
And I'd have to agree. It came down to me with Pierce Strider and Ichor Wellspring.
I mean, I do like... One thing I like about Ichor Wellspring is the fact that it is a low drop, so you can curve out with more artifacts, and it draws you cards, so you have card advantage and all that other stuff. But I think here I would just have to take a Pierce Strider again, just because of the direct damage. The fact that it's a creature, and that's... Ultimately, like, it's your creatures and the damage that's going to win you the game.
Yeah. And the Ichor Wellspring, it is good with Tezzet's second ability, making that a 5/5, and getting the card draw, just putting it in.
Yeah, and also when it, they end up killing your 5/5, you still draw another card, so it's got, to me, it's got double value. I mean, I think either one of those cards would be fine, but I just like the Pierce Strider, just personally, just because of the fact that it's a creature, artifact, they lose 3 life, and just seems to me like it's just, or also it's an uncommon, so I'm not going to see as many of those, potentially. So that'll be my pick. And it was your pick as well.
Yay!
Alright, so we've been pretty much on the same wavelength with this pack.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, so next pick. Alright, so let's take a look at some of these artifacts. Knowledge Pool. That's an interesting card. Okay. It's kind of sad when, like, the only 2 decent cards here, at least as far as I can tell, would be, like, Steel Sabotage and this Knowledge Pool card. Even though I don't think Knowledge Pool actually is good.
And Spin Engine is a good card, if we were in that color.
Yeah.
As is a Porter Paladin. There's good cards in this pack. Sky Hunter.
Yeah, that's true. I was just thinking for the deck we've had so far. White, any white deck would love it to have a Quarter Paladin. Even Lane and Sky Hunter is a sweet card for an aggressive white strategy. I think all these cards are mostly playable. I think the worst one probably is like the Unnatural Predation or the Ogre Resistor. even though
Yeah.
a 4-3/4 is not terrible. I don't know. I don't really like Knowledge Pool, so here I would probably just take the Steel Sabotage. But another thing to consider is, Steel Sabotage is a common, so it might come back anyway. Some other, you don't really need that many of a main deck. But I just feel like if we're gonna do this kind of, one thing to consider is that if we do end up picking an Ichor Wellspring up, we can bounce that back and replay it and get some added value from that. Plus, maybe save one of our artifacts that's gonna get killed or counter one of the opponents. So I think the Steel Sabotage actually would be a pretty awesome card to have in the deck. And I just don't see.
That's a good thought of Ichor Wellspring.
Yeah. So I don't think Knowledge Pool is very good. So I hope we just take the Steel Sabotage, even though this is kind of early to take that kind of a card. And we agree. Look at that. Did you have any thoughts you wanted to add to that?
No, you pretty much hit every reason I took Steel Sabotage in. Looking at Knowledge Pool, it's 6 casting cost. It is rare, but there's no way it's making its deck. Might as well grab a possible main deck sideboard card while it's there.
Yeah. Alright, so pick 6. Let's try that again. Alright, pick 6. So, let's see. It's like a rare in every pack here. Look at that. Well, from just looking at, I haven't read the manipulation yet, but Mirrodin Spy is a good card. Flare Husk is a good card, and Oculus is actually a pretty good card. But let's see, Mitotic Manipulation. Look at the top 7 cards. The library. I've never actually used that card before. Well, obviously not. But I've seen that, and I was contemplating, like, when I saw the spoil, I thought that was an interesting card, but the wording kind of threw me off a bit. So, do you know when it says if it has the same name as a permanent, does it mean one that you've already got on the field?
Yes. It at least in limited, and a lot of times probably in standard, I would think of this as a blues ramp spell.
Blues which spell?
Ramp spell.
Ramp spell, yeah.
Because you can throw down more lands, because those are permanents.
I can see how this card could be decent, because especially in like a limited deck where the deck really is only going to be like, you're only going to have like 20 to 30 cards for the most of the game. There's a decent chance actually of picking up a card that you have multiple copies of that's actually on the field, but I just feel like maybe that's too cute of a trick to risk playing at this point. I think I'd take the Flare Husk here and just leave the manipulation to somebody else that wants to play around with that. I just feel like a lot of the cards are fairly low costed anyway, so 3 mana for something that we're not even sure is actually going to get a hit. Obviously it'll get a hit from like a land or something like that, but I don't know. I guess it's like a little bit of a tough one. Not having actually played with the card, I can't say precisely how good it is. If I ever get a chance to use the card, then I'll be able to say for sure whether or not the 3 mana actually has enough value. But I think to be safe here, I just take the Flare Husk.
When I was looking at this pack, it was down to the Mitotic Manipulation, the Flare Husk, and the Oculus.
Yeah. I like the 1-drops, like 1/2 drops. Those are pretty nice. I like Flare Husk just because I don't think so far we picked up that many 1-drops. But we'll see what you decided to go with. So you went with the Oculus.
And the reason I went with that to be honest, it came down to Flare Husk and Oculus. But Oculus, if I think it's Vivisection. Like a Vivisection and Oculus, that's good times.
Alright. So the Oculus is the pick, so let's move to pick 7. Alright, so here, really there are only 2 cards that we could consider for the deck we have so far. And that's...
I agree.
What's that?
I said I agree. There's only 2 cards.
So there's Morbid Plunder, and there's Razorfield Rhino. I think think I'd probably take the Rhino here, just because it's an artifact, it's a big creature, and we've already got one Morbid Plunder so far, and I just don't see main decking more than one of those being that good. That's hard to say. But yeah, I think like the last pack, I just feel safer taking the artifact and the one that I know is going to be useful most of the time. And we agree.
Yeah, 100%. Like you said, there's no reason to be running 2 Morbid Plunders main deck.
Alright, so pick 8. So, Steel Sabotage, Horrifying, okay, so Horrifying Revelation is actually a very good card. Horrifying Revelation, Steel Sabotage, and yeah, that's pretty much the 2 cards I would consider out of this pack.
Yep, I came to the same conclusion. Those are the only 2 I was looking at.
It's, let's see, actually, because Steel Sabotage is sort of like, I mean, they're both technically like could be considered disruption and removal. But Steel Sabotage seems like it might have more applications than Horrifying Revelation. This is a tough one, because they're both, I think they're pretty close in power level.
And Steel Sabotage is, against the right deck, good all the time. Horrifying Revelation is better than Steel Sabotage late game.
I don't know. I guess since we already have one Steel Sabotage, I might just say go ahead and take the Horrifying Revelation, just because it's actually a pretty sweet card. But then again, like, Steel Sabotage could not only hurt them, but can also help us by bouncing something that we want. But I think, I don't know. I think I just take the Horrifying Revelation just because I haven't played with it before and it looks powerful. Alright, so you went Steel Sabotage. So like I said, that makes sense.
Yeah, but Horrifying Revelations, or Revelation, may have been the correct pick.
I guess I think they're about the same. I think picking either one of these would be perfectly fine. Alright, so next pack. And wow, this seems like a simple pick. I think Dross Ripper here is the obvious pick. I don't think card draws, at least not, like, Vivisection is still, Vivisection's not bad, because like you said, you could sacrifice the Oculus and draw 4 cards out of that. But
if I came down to looking at the Dross Ripper and the Vivisection.
Yeah. I don't think we've actually picked up a Dross Ripper yet. I think it's always been something else. So I think I'd just take that because it's a creature and it's a powerful creature. And probably hope to get a Vivisection later, but we'll see what you did. Alright, so you went Vivisection.
The only reason I did that was because I'd love to have a Dross Ripper, but we've seen multiple Dross Rippers, and Vivisection is not so much.
That's a good point. So that's, yeah, I agree with that pick. Alright, so next pick, maybe, you know, I guess we could just finally take that Nerok Commando. Nothing else really here. Or we could hate a Master's Call.
Yeah, Master's Call really should not be this late.
I am surprised. I'm kind of torn here. I think I might actually, I think I probably would hate the Master's Call, but if I actually was going to pick a card to play, it would be the Nerok Commando. So let's see what you were thinking. So you took the Quilled Slagworm.
Yeah, 8/8s kind of scare the hell out of me.
I can see that, because really, I don't think you have that many answers to a big creature like that.
And we're giving green to anybody that wants to play it. If you want to play green in this draft, it's yours.
Alright, so that makes sense. Alright, so let's go to the next one. Alright, so here's the Dross Ripper.
And another Fangrand Marauder. We could have had at least 4, I believe, at this point.
We could have had the most beautiful green deck. Uh, but yeah, Draw Stripper is what I would take here.
Heads counter or Frost Ripper.
I just don't like counters. Like, not like this kind of counter. When there's not really anything to proliferate, so it's kind of like losing part of the value there.
Yeah.
And the fact that you'd have to like keep 4 mana up all the time if you had it. So Draw Stripper seems to pick to me. Alright, so we agree there.
And we finally got a Draw Ripper.
Finally. Alright, so here it's between a Serum Raker and Commando. I would take the Raker because I think paying double blue at 4 is easier than playing double blue at 3. And I just prefer to like actually have a creature that really has evasion and plus has an effect when it dies, as opposed to a creature that's pretty weak and doesn't really get in.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Apparently you do. So that's the pick there. Alright, next one. I think I would just take the Bladed Sentinel because it's an artifact in case we're running a bit low.
And I can agree with that. I mean, in a worse circumstances, it could be playable.
I mean, it is a 2/4, so it could be a good blocker. I doubt that you'd have to play it in this deck. We do have some pretty sweet 4 drops already. Alright, so you took the Mirrodin Metal.
Yeah, I was starting to think if there is some like impact out there, that's a good combat trick to basically 4 more damage to you.
You know, one thing I've been thinking about though, and at least in this Mirrodin Beseiged draft, is that Infect's not really going to be much of a strategy, is it?
You know.
Because like, it's not like Scars, but there are just Infect creatures all over the place. There's like a few really good Infect creatures in Mirrodin Beseiged, but like most of if you were really gonna go for that kind of strategy, most of the meat creatures that like fill up most of your deck would come from Scars.
I think there's more Infect creatures in Mirrodin Beseiged. I haven't actually looked at that to see that's correct, but they're more expensive. You can't have your entire deck full of 5 and 6 drops.
Yeah. Alright, so here